Well, fellow Swivelheads, this is Greg Allison coming to you on the last day of July, 31 July 2020. Time on deck is 1900 hours Central Daylight Time. And today is a day I've really been noticing something lately. I've been going to the grocery store and I started noticing the shelves are starting to get just a bit threadbare in the grocery store again. Have you noticed that? Have you seen that in your grocery stores? Are your grocery shelves getting barren? Are they getting thin? That's what I've been noticing. And I was going to do a live show from the grocery store today, but I noticed all this elevator music. I'm deaf. I can't even make out what they're saying. I wouldn't probably recognize the tunes if I could hear them. And they're like just turn low, so low. You probably even if you had good hearing, you couldn't tell what they were singing. But the AI will know it. The AI algorithms, bing, they will get it, and every one of them would be constant. Whole video would have been nothing but just a series of copyright strikes. I said, nah, I'm going to do a video in the grocery store because of that. Although I felt like kind of, I said, all this rejection needs a partner coming to you with all the news it is news across the nation. And there's Starbucks here at the supermarket. Tell me, sir, did you see what happened? Yeah, did. Well, I got to have a little fun, guys. Come on, you know what that come from, right? I might get a strike just for that, even though it was a bad rendition, right? I didn't say exactly the way that comes across in Ray Stevens' song. But maybe some of y'all recognize that. Guys, I got to have a little fun. Everybody tells me I bring so much doom and gloom. We got to laugh a little bit, right? All the news of this news across the nation. Oops. All right, so I see people coming in the chat room. So I'll be here to chat with you in just a second. But guys, think about this. We're already starting to see some shortages. I'm seeing things get threadbare. Are you seeing things getting threadbare? Just a little bit. I mean, it's not like it was, but some things are just thinning out. And of course, there's some things that I've never seen return to market. I'm glad I had a whole lot of liquid. So I was a prepper. I'm a prepper. I prepped up for things in advance. I'm still drinking coffee that I bought before, back before February. Actually, I bought my last coffee. I was just going to buy coffee for my coffee fund at work. And that's when I saw people lined up the back of the Sam's Club with paper towels, toilet paper. And I said, oh my God. And that's when I started picking up the toilet paper preppers. Anyway, so, it's a sad indictment that people wait the last minute and then they clear everything out. If people prepped all along, some people have preppers and hoarders the problem. No, we have to keep the supply chain going and pumped up. We help make it more robust by buying this kind of stuff continually, by keeping the demand up, the market up. And that keeps more stuff on the shelves and helps everybody in the long run. So it's the opposite. But everybody needs to start prepping. I realize everybody can't buy everything at once. You don't have to. Buy a little bit at a time. It's just like my little special on my food. I do have a special right now with my long-term storage food. People hate it when I talk about it. But guys, if you bought a 1 month supply of this every month in a year, you would have a year's supply of food. And you can get right now 25% off if you go to prepwithgreg.com. This stuff lasts 25 years, breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's got 2,000 calories a day. Desserts and drinks makes you a winner. Can't beat it because it is freeze-dried, not the hydrated stuff. It is real food. And, you can store it at the freeze-dried level. Whether you freeze-dry it yourself or what, you can store so much more volume and at less weight and last longer than stuff that comes in a soup can. Even if you get your own dehydrators, freeze-dry systems, the advantages are tremendous in terms of storage, long-term capabilities. What I like about this, though, is it comes in the buckets and the pouches. It's so portable, stackable, and the buckets have other uses afterwards. Well, honey pots or many other things. Buckets are so handy. But all that aside, go to prepwithgreg.com if you want that stuff. And hey, a 3 month supply, you get $300 off right there, guys. I mean, that's a great deal. If you could do that once a quarter, you got a year supply. That's one way to look at it. When stuff's going to hit, we don't know. See, here's the thing. We got several different aspects coming at us, and we've been having this for over a year now with, the various shutdowns we've had. I'm not going to use the word that starts with an L and ends with an awk and a down, right? I think that's one of the keywords that triggers the AI system and this platform. So I got to be careful. I'm not trying to talk about anything that's verboten, but what I'm trying to do is just get some information out to you that we're at a period now where we need to really consider upping the game for prepping again, because we're looking at, you know, this number for the letter that comes between C and E. I don't even want to say that, you know, guys. You know, the word is synonymous to something that's triangular shape, if you know what I mean. You know, that variant. So, you know, hey, it's a quick, highly contagious variant. But, you know, how bad is it? Don't say Chris Martin's on it. That's, you know, guys, you know, there's a lot of people being scared. There's a lot, and a lot of reaction to that. The main thing you need to be worried about is how the government's going to react, how you're going to have to prepare for that, how systems will shut down, whether it is this or it is not that. You know, it may be immaterial in the game of you being ready. What I was about to say is there's some things that still aren't back, even though our economy is now bigger than it was before it all shut down. It's structurally different. A lot of businesses are gone. A lot of mom and pops are gone. A lot of small businesses are gone. The things have went more to our so-called buddies, you know, Amazon and, you know, such, Wally Mart. Yeah, they got a much bigger market share now. The billionaires got billions more. So, you know, and the smaller guys are getting stepped on. That's why I tell everybody to vote with a dollar and vote local and vote for the small mom and pop shops. So they're who needs your help, guys. That's the ultimate vote right there, is the dollar bill, or whatever you're spending, you know, whatever your currency is. So that's the most democratic system in the world, because this vote is always true. It's not tabulated, you know. This is the truest, most honest vote you can cast right here. And the more of these you vote for something, the more of that is going to be available. So if you vote for the stuff that comes from China, well, guys, I would highly advise against that at this point in time. We've talked about that. But they're having their own problems over there, and that's part of the problems we're going to face. Right now, China is being flooded. Huge floods, just like last year. Huge floods. And, you know, their demand has been helped be offset by other countries, such as Brazil in the past and Argentina. But Brazil and Argentina are yet having another series of cold snaps. They're freezing. So the prices, the demand for food is going to go up. If nothing else happens, the demand for food's going up. But prices are going up. That's all good reasons to prepare and get ready right now to buy things while you can, while they're cheaper. Go out and buy coffee right now, because coffee is going to be sky high. Because Brazil provides at least 25% of the world's coffee, and they got problems with coffee crops, my friends. So buy coffee, stock up on it. That's a tradable resource right there. And when it hits the fan, how's it going to hit the fan? When's it going to hit the fan? You know, these are things we don't know. I worry about the power grid more than anything, because when that happens, that's one of the worst things that can happen to us. But there's many other things that could happen, slow burn kind of things, like what we had over the past year. We might get a return to that. That's what I'm warning you guys about in part. And there's other supply chain disruptions. You know, there's this whole thing with the shipping containers, and just there seems to be a lot of gems all in supply chain. Well, you know what, guys? When the whole system shut down, and you know, these guys over here made the ball bearings that go in the rollers, and the rollers are used in the plants that roll supplies, you know, or in factories, and they can't get it and they can't operate, and they're having disruptions. So everything, the smallest little things stack up into causing unbelievable issues that you wouldn't even think about. You know, I did a story of some time on the eye pencil. You go and why our civilization is so complex that you wouldn't believe it, and why no one person knows how to make a number 2 pencil. No one person. It takes casts of thousands, tens of thousands of people to make this simple little item right here. And that was from a story from back in the 50s. Imagine today. I did a video on that. Check that out. So it's somewhere back in my many videos, way back. But I often list that in my show notes below when I upload the video. And this is live video. I don't usually put show notes in my live videos, because it's just I just come out with this and come straight to you guys and tell you what's cooking. But these are important things to know, that the world is so complex right now, so with our computers, Just think about what happens if China invades Taiwan. Taiwan is the source of a huge amount of the world's computer chips. We're going to be in a tight, and we're already in a tight right now. But like I said, with supply chains getting disrupted as it is. But oh yeah, I was going to make a point. There's some things you just can't get anymore. You know, if y'all remember back some of my old videos, I was always talking about using 90% alcohol. Use 90% alcohol. It's great with disinfectant. I haven't seen 90% alcohol on the store shelf since then. I get this 70% stuff. And for a while, this was hard to come by. This was very hard to come by, 70% for a long time. Probably should thank me for that, right? I just got a free ad, I guess. But I haven't seen 90% on store shelves. I mean, you can order it. It's very expensive if you order it by the gallon. So, and another thing, and I see, used to I get bottles that had these little nice little caps on that would pop open, and you can just squirt it out. I don't sit anymore. It's all just the screw down caps. And just a lot of little things that you used to get. How about this? I love Cotto salami with peppercorns in it, you know? I have not seen that since February. No Cotto salami with peppercorns. Man, I love that stuff. I haven't seen it. I have not seen that at all. Now, you may be up north where that is more popular, I suppose. You might still have it, but it's not down here in Alabama. So there's just lots of things I don't see anymore that I used to see, that I used to buy, that I used to like. Like I said, this you know, I like a hand soap that's liquid that don't have the antibiotics in it. I haven't been to Sam's Club in the last couple months. Maybe it's back in there now. But guys, the stuff I was buying, I haven't seen it since. I still got some because I was, like I said, I kind of started to tell you this earlier. Bitter Prepper, I had a lot of supplies of different things, and I'm still running on some of those supplies that go back and predate February. I did a video back then, back last February, and I said, prep now. February, not this year, but February before. Yeah, I said, prep now. And what happened? Boom. Now, I hope y'all listen to that. If you listen to me then, you wouldn't have been a toilet paper prepper in a panic mode at the back of Sam's Club, you know, at closing hour on one particular day. That was crazy. That was insane, right? Drink some tea here. So that's why you need to start getting ready. But what's getting ready? You know, it's one thing. What do you need? You need several things. It's not just food. Food is going to be one of the most precious things. You need something that's very storable and very portable. That's why I recommend, you know, hey, like I said, go to big box stores. I've done videos on that, and I've showed you how to get the what I got when I went there. You know, the flour, the rice, the dried beans, all these dried goods. But you better package them right. If you don't package them right, you're liable to have huge pest problems. Not to mention big rats might come in your house. Well, they can find stuff, you know, they can smell it, things, and they can eat through your walls. They'll do things you couldn't imagine get in, and it will be a nightmare if they get in. So you better package things properly too. It takes extra time. You don't have time like me, that's a problem. But guys, it's worth it in the long run. It really is. If you're going to do it right. I learned that the hard way. Okay, you know, I got a lot of experience. The best experience is things you learn hard. And I ought to be the smartest man in the world. All the things I've learned the hard way by now. I say that facetiously, tongue in cheek. Tongue in cheek. Anyway, so guys, water. Don't forget water. You can only live 3 days without water, and that's if then you won't live 3 hours maybe out in the desert in some places, right? So you better know how to purify and sanitize water. I got a video telling you how to do that. And it's good to have the Sawyers and you know, the Berkeleys and all that kind of stuff. I use Porphyr instead of Berkeley myself. And there's tons of water filters. If you go to prepwithgreg.com and click the My Patriot Supply logo, you get all into all kind of filters, air, water, whatever. But you got to know that you got to sanitize that water too. It means killing what's in it. Yeah, those filters will block bacteria, but they will not block viruses. But you know, a little plastic bottle, if it's not too big and if the water inside is clear and not turbid, you can tie it on your backpack and walk around outside long enough and turn it around a little bit. And the UV from the sunlight ought to take care of that stuff. I say ought to, because you can also boil in a plastic bottle, but you're going to get off, and that'll kill the stuff in it, but you're going to get chemicals out of the plastic. I would only advise that if you really have to. It's the only way you can get that water. Yeah, you can do that. It might make the difference between living and not living, and surviving for the short term is going to beat the long-term effects of the plastics, chemicals on you. That's long-term. You won't make it that long-term if you don't have the water in the short term. Or if you drink contaminated water, it gives you disease and you get diarrhea and you die from that. I mean, things that are everyday stuff that wouldn't hurt you'd recover from right now. In a grid down situation, you got no doctors, no hospitals, no emergency rooms, all the medicines and procedures, it's gone. You better take care of yourself. You better be extra careful with what you do. Also, if you don't have a good immune system, if you've not been out like me, pulling briars up with your hands on a regular occasion and doing crazy stuff like that, getting scratched and cut up, a lot of scratch infection from that could wipe you out. A lot of people will be wiped out from scratches just because they don't have the antibiotics to put on or whatever. I don't use no antibiotics. I go out there and pull all that stuff up. And videos on it, barehanded. That's one way to keep your immune system up, my friends. But you better not just jump into it like me. You better get gradual into that. Don't do the things Greg Allison does. I'm a crazy guy, right? Some people think, but good guys, I built up community, and I'm like Brer Rabbit. I grew up in a briar patch. I don't mean that in a derogatory term neither. So don't read that wrong. When I was a kid in grade school, this big jock, he wanted to beat me up. He was gonna beat me up. I just jumped in the briar patch. I said, "Come on!" And I looked at me, He walked off. Yeah, I had the advantage in that briar patch. If he'd been picking the briars, I'd been picking him. Maybe just thought I was crazy. If I was ready to fight in a briar patch, he didn't want nothing to do with me. This guy's scrappy. But hey, you've seen me get in these briar patches in some videos, I think. But anyway, so guys, really and truly though, food, water, what else? Shelter. You know what today is? Today is the day they're ending the prohibition from evicting people from their shelters or homes. And in a grid down situation, even if it's just an economic shutdown in this country, a lot of people are going to lose their homes. A lot of people will be sent out. Maybe you can't make your payments. Most people, you own a house. Supposedly, who owns it really? It's the bank. If you live in an apartment, you definitely don't own it. There's all kinds of situations that can send you in the street and make you homeless. Not to mention, you may have something paid for. You may have a homestead and you think, hey, I'm set up. But you know what? The government has eminent domain they can claim and come in and get it. Matter of fact, there's executive orders that can come in and take your preps from you. Yeah, they exist. So, you don't want to be out there big, hey, I got all these preps. Don't tell nobody. OPSEC is keeping your mouth shut. Don't start a YouTube channel, tell everybody you're a prepper. Oh, yeah, who's that knucklehead? Well, somebody's got to get word out to you, right? So there's all these people begrudge us for trying to recoup some of our costs by doing a little advertising. I've had people say, "Oh, Greg, you're getting rich from all these commercials you're putting out there." No. Where's my Patriot Supply check? You see my last check I'm getting from my Patriot Supply? What I just gave y'all there. This is for last month. This is my big fortune from last month. $89 and a nickel. Yeah, somebody got on here I get people all the time. "Oh, Greg, you're getting filthy rich. You're making a fortune. Well, you need to quit these commercials. Stop that stuff. Stop it. Blah, 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 blah. I hope you're proud of yourself." Well, guys actually said that. It's like, really? You're like a socialist? What's wrong with you? You don't think that, I could be working my day job over here and doing overtime and make a lot more money than I'm making doing these videos. But guys, I take all my money and I put it back in the farm. Anything I get off this stuff goes into the farm. And I got to get this farm back up to par and get my, and then I got to start the one out in Arizona. I got some horrendous debts I got to pay off, guys. You'll see my bills. Here's my bills from the last 2 weeks. I don't like it. There's a couple of those ain't bills, but most of them are. So Yeah, I had an ex-girlfriend who but had a good time with my credit cards, unbeknownst to me until she flew the coop. Amazing how some people do that kind of stuff. So amazing what you can get stuck with. But she did open some cards in my name that I did not open. Was pure fraud. I got out of those. But you know, it just once you get in a debt like that, and maybe that's what I should have been paying off instead of developing my farm out here. But I thought, well, if grid goes down, that's going to be gone, and I'll still be able to produce food. But I'm starting to get the opposite philosophy now. I'm starting to go think, no, I need to pay this debt off. I need to do it fast. I'm 61 years old, guys. I have no retirement other than that bankrupt Social Security system. That's it. Why, Reggie, you work in aerospace, you have this, that. Well, it's all 401k, and I'm not even putting any money into it because I got all this credit card debt to service. So that's just the you know, hey, you know, I live so high and mighty, all these fancy cars and gold chains I wear, right? Only necklaces I wear, it's what's given to me. My son gave me this one. And what happened to my pennant that was given to me by my friends, Gorgeous Awesome. Actually, here, what did I do? I broke it. Oh yeah, the cord broke on. I got to redo it. Gorgeous Awesome makes beautiful stuff. But the cord broke on it. But it makes a good little pendant. You can tell where down is, right? You know, good for carpentry. All righty. So I'm kind of done with my diatribe. I'll check the notes. I'm going to keep this short tonight. But I just want to come in here and, oh yeah, food, water, shelter. We just said shelter. We said a lot of people are at risk. We have the domain. If you have an economic, hey, look, the Great Depression lasts 10 years, guys. When you think about preps and food preps, you know, you probably ain't going to be able to save 10 years worth of stuff. But whatever you save, it's going to help you. Maybe you can. But this is where, you know, I do videos on wild foraging. And, you know, you can hunt, fish, forage. And you need to look at it, that as a way to extend your preps. Gardening. Hey, gardening, you know, where I grew up, people would store 2-3 years of food. Some people, I knew a lot of people would actually store 7 years of food. They'd can out of their gardens. They'd wait till that can got 7 years old, and they would take the older cans, and they had a rotation system up to 7 years because can supplies were deemed to be good for at least 7 years in a day, and that's what a lot of them did. And they would have, like, I had my next door neighbors had a well house, and then that whole thing was just a big pantry inside for canned food, and they lived off that. That's what they had a huge family, and they gardened big time, and that's how they fed their family. That's how people used to do it. Farmers today don't hardly have gardens, and that's the scary thing. So that's why there's going to be a lot of hungry people, and even if you might have a homestead, like I said, the government might come take it from eminent domain, and then you might have the, you know, marauders and gangs going around that would just be taking things. And if you're out there by yourself, you can't defend it. That's why we started this tribe movement. But we got a lot of work to do on that. We still got a lot of work to do. You know, what are we looking at time-wise? Everybody wants to know that. You know, my crystal ball is good for entertainment. Makes a good light show over here. Other than that, I don't know, guys. All I can do is really look at the world and trends. That's how the best forecast, you know, from my knothole, is looking ahead at the trends of what's going on and what can happen, and being aware of that. That's what, you know, I tell you, keep your eyes wide open, the head on the swivel. I come here to help you through my analysis of looking at what the trends are and what can happen. What are people doing? What's the economy doing? What's the basis of our supplies? You know, hey, we got, even though we have no Northwest having weather challenges and being dried out in Northwest Corn Belt, we actually have a bumper crop of maize, corn this year in the United States, because the East and the South here, we're doing really good. Wheat is a different matter. Vegetables, fruits, a different matter. So much of that comes from the West Coast. That's in the risk. Although I think we're getting some rain now out in some areas on the West Coast, but I hear there's a lot of thunder, and some are still starting fires because there's so much lightning, thunder, you know, in the stuff. Well, thunder's a sound, the lightning's a flash. You know, it's when the lightning bolt hits the ground, you got to worry about a fire. But apparently some of these are very lightning intense. So let's hope and pray for those guys to get more rain out there. Definitely get some monsoons out in Arizona right now. I just had some friends who live close to my property there send me pictures. It's green as grass out there in the desert right now. Wish I were there. I really do. Now I'll be heading back out. I'll be heading out there, but I don't know when. I got some things I got to juggle here. But so what are we talking about? We're talking about food, water, shelter. Uh, you need knowledge and you need skills, guys. You need the knowledge. The good thing about knowledge is nobody can take it from you. They can't come, and take that from you at all. No government can do it. No marauder, no eminent domain. But you got a skill and you got knowledge. You know how to do things. You know how to plant and grow your own food. You know the wild edibles. You know how to hunt, fish. You know how to, hey, learn lots. Learn bushcrafting. Learn to make fire. These are skills that you may think you can do it, but until you actually get out and try it, you may go, oh, how do I really do this? I thought I knew how to do it. I watched a bunch of YouTube videos. Well, that's a good place to start, but you better go out and do it yourself. There's no substitute for putting yourself in the environment and doing some of these things. That's the way you learn. Get the motor skills set up, for making fires and different methods, and magnifying glasses. That's a pretty easy one as long as the sun's shining. And some people will make magnifying glasses from, water frozen from different ways, make them a lens, from just ice, or even water in like a clear plastic bag. I've seen people do that for fires. But that's not easy. Nothing easy about, of course, there's the bow drills, the hand drills, flint and steel. But you got to practice all that stuff if you want to make a fire that way. But most people still can't even make a fire with matches, I'll be honest, or even a lighter. A lot of people have trouble making fire with a lighter. So guys, get out and practice your fire skills. Practice bushcrafting. Learn the knowledge. Learn skills that will count in the long term. If you're an accountant, if you know how to use Excel and PowerPoint and all that stuff, that's good for the office, everyday stuff like that. But the skills that most people have in America don't translate to grid down. Learn how to be a blacksmith. Learn how to be a herbalist. Learn some crude medical skills, first aid skills. Learn to garden. Learn to sew. Learn to make garments. Learn to repair stuff. Yeah, those are skills that will last. Think about what kind of skills you would need if you didn't have power. And those are skills that will take you a long way if you wind up in that situation. If you don't, hey, you have a little fun learning something new. My dad always said, the day you learn something is a day not wasted. So my dad was a pretty smart old guy. And he lived almost to 99, 3 weeks shy of being 99. So these are all important things. I just want to lay it out there, that knowledge, skills, shelter. And shelter includes, if you have to leave the shelter you're in, what do you got to use? Tent. Tent's good for temporary. The tent's, weather tear a tent up, and without a long time. Don't take time just to wear a tent slap out. Know how to build shelters from local resources. That's what you need to learn. The bushcrafting side of it. That tent might get you by in the short term, but it ain't gonna last. You gotta have hammocks and things like that. There's some really good hammocks out there. Make sure you got a sleeping bag. Make sure you got a backpack. Make sure you got a bug out bag. Yeah, all those things. Or a bug out vehicle. I got a bug out bus, bug out van. I'm the bug out man. I got a place to bug to, but it's a long darn way off. Arizona, it might be hard getting there from here in the Mad Max world. They're back and forth, but hey, it is what it is. So let's go in. Oh yeah, if you're interested in the Tribe Network, go to email us at info@freedomrestorationfoundation.org and put tribe in the subject line. Some people are already doing that. So let's see what everybody's saying in the chat room. We got 186 watching, and we got a super chat. Wow, that's awesome, guys. 185 watching. Hot Dog, who gave us a super chat? John Christian. My bet in the order: lockdowns, protest, martial law, either grid down, banking system down, or internet down, game over. Yeah, there's all these kind of things can hit us, guys. And I shouldn't have said the word with a lock in it. That might just get us hit here. 190 in the room. Yeah, we're doing good tonight. We're doing really good. Glad to see that. We've got a good audience here. Oh, we got another super chat from Top Knot. Keep it up. Thank you, Top Knot. Got the guy working out there. Keep it up. Top Knot does it. He's got a farm, guys. He's got a homestead. You check out Top Knot's channel. He's always showing stuff from his homestead, and it's a fun channel to watch, guys. Top Knot's a good guy, and he's always showing stuff going on his farm and animals and walking around his pond. So it's a good thing to see. So two super chats, guys. That really helps, guys. It really does, especially when you see. A lot of times my live chats get demonetized right off the bat just because I might accidentally say a wrong word or talking about the chat. So let's see who all's in here. I see UERRN. Hi, buddy. That's one of my friends, I believe, coming over from the KLW World News, KLW. I can't talk about. Sweeps is here. How you doing? Cincinnati Jack. Hello. Country Homestead Preacher. Hi, Greg from Clanton, Alabama. Good to see you. So, that's one of our homies here from Alabama, Clanton, Alabama. So, my oldest brother is a preacher, by the way. So let's see. Country Homestead Preacher, and okay, that's the same one. Oops. Well, we got another super chat. Standing Foot. Thank you for being you. $20. Hey, thank you. Thank you. Old days, new ways. I was agreeing with somebody here. Diana. What did Diana say? Diana says, also learn about wild plantains, sheep sorrel. Hey, now I have done videos on wild plantains, sheep sorrel, wood sorrel. Yeah, I got those. I got videos on that and more. And you know what? I'll show y'all something about finding some of these videos, guys. Because sometimes it's hard to find these videos on my YouTube account. Really and truly, it's hard to scan them. I'm putting them on greengrapes.com. Make them a little easier to find. Some of these critical skill videos, that is. And I'm also planning, I probably am going to take a bunch of my videos and make them where you can't see them on my YouTube channel. Like things that are that a lot of the live chats, a lot of the stuff that is, like time sensitive or just some things that aren't critical skills. I'm going to take a bunch of videos and put them either private or I may make them for members only. We may set up a YouTube membership thing. Because there's so many videos, it kind of clutters. It makes it so hard to search things when you're looking for critical skills and certain subject matter. So I'm really thinking about doing that. Let me know what you think about that. Tell me what y'all think about me taking a bunch of stuff and making it either private or making it for members only, kind of a deal. I might do that. We may set up a membership in this channel. That might help clear the stuff out. Greg, did you have a good day tomorrow? Yeah, it's okay, Arnold. It's all right. Wasn't a spectacular day, but it was all right. Yeah, so how do you say that? Wickham, W-I-K-I-M. I thought this was Wickham Chi. Rick Clampton's hands affected by the, Eric Clampton, okay. Worms, and more worms. I got worms, guys. But I'm trying to get my herd going back, and I've had trouble this past week just finding time to feed and water. My day job has been too intense. I need to get some good help. Ace Maduro says, Dave Ramsey always says dollars are certificates of appreciation for business that deserve them. That's true. That is one way to look at it. And even in new days, old ways, Diana says, if your meat is not processed and sealed tight, preservation for those meats from the grocery stores will not survive. You got that right. Manny Cummins, how you doing? Alcohol. People will be setting up the still. That's right. That's a skill, running a still. There's a skill in running a still. And you know what? You can use it for running your vehicles. And Carmine says, hi, Greg. Good evening. And also talking to Sweet Capicola. Sweet Capicola. No Sweet Capicola. Oh, I see. So people are seeing shortages. So you are seeing shortages in your stores now. Thank you. Good evening, Greg. And people says chewy weather. And chewy weather has been including me in about storms coming today and stuff like that. And he's been telling me, Chewy, go ahead and tell people what's going on in the weather up in your area right now. I did mention it. Those grocery store methods don't work. You're right, Dana. You're right. All right, Morning Light, how you doing? North Alabama hiking. Greg, has your workplace mentioned mandating? Not yet. We might hear it. Right now, we're working from home. Andrew Casali says, how about prepare with WW3 with China? I found out the reason troops moved out of the Middle East was to deal with the greater. Yeah, you're right, Andrew. And yeah, I could have done a report today just on that because Xi Jinping has just told China to put more emphasis on the military, to build a military, modernize the military. They're setting up preparations to be able to draft people in China. They're doing all kind of war preparations in China. He basically said, "Get ready, be prepared for war." So, yeah, it's scary times, guys. So what I was talking about was just, the economic side, the grid down side. There's a lot of threats out there, and you do need to get prepared. But don't be scared. Be prepared. I do believe we can stand up. Some of us will survive all this stuff. We'll stand up, shake the dust off, and build a better world on the other side. Y'all heard somebody wants to vacation the whole military. I don't know. Randy says all our dried goods are in 5-gallon buckets. Amen. 5-gallon buckets. That's the way to do it. Some things have been frozen, kill the larva. Yeah, you do get the little weevil larvae and stuff like that. A lot of dried goods, and flour and stuff like that, and they'll hatch out and just eat it all up one day. Stacy Cyril and Green Thumbs Things. Finally, I'm able to join. Hello. Yeah, I did. Came on a little earlier today, but I'm not going to stay too late. We're going to get out of here in a little bit. New World. 90% alcohol is at Amazon. Okay. Yeah, when you know it. Yeah, I said you can order a lot of that stuff, but by the time it's also more expensive. Tools, expendables, food, useful appliances. You can't plan for the end of the world. You got to prep. You got that right. You just got to prep. Guys, that's why I've done all those videos about tool runs. I'm going to buy manual tools. But the power of your muscles is going to be there when the electrical grid's gone. And you may have generators and batteries and all these things like that and be able to run your electric tools for a while. That's good. I'll give you some leverage for a while, but you got to remember, eventually things are going to wear out and break, and you're not going to have a supply chain to replace them. So all that stuff will start wearing out. What'll last? Good, heavy-duty, sturdy hand tools. Don't get the flimsy, cheap things, so they'll be broke before the power tools wear out. Get stuff that's durable, sturdy, thick metal, heavy metal. Heavy metal. Head banging heavy metal, right? Just kidding. Just kidding. Gotta have a little fun, guys. Gotta have a little fun. Few days old age. We had infestation on the farm when I was a kid. Learned a lot about those devils and still wool. Now, still wool is good for blocking access, but you got to find the access. Let's see. All I'm getting is buffering. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with me because I'm jacked straight in the internet right now. I can't help that. Now, when it's on my phone, it buffers. Well, it is what it is. But we're jacked straight in, guys. Oh, looks like we got another super chat. Let's see what this is. All right. Oh, we got some. All right. Stand the foot. All right. With John Christensen, $4.99. Ham radio is necessary. Also buy enough VHF radios for neighbors and community. There you go. I see you are in $19.99. Well, thank you. Hawk Davison, $10. All right. So, brother, I'm a vet. I have tendonitis or impacted ear. Don't trust doctors. Any more curious than me. Love you. God have mercy. Hey, I'm a vet too, and I got that. My ears ring. Man, I was an armor, ran an arms room, bang, 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 right? So, yeah, I got some hearing problems, guys. So I'm here that. And the deafness, yeah, buddy. Been all over that. I know what that's like. So let's see if I don't know if I'm going to get to all the chat here. Tons of good stuff here, everybody. So trying to get down through, I actually try to read all your chat stuff. Giggle Mesh is in the room, guys. Should read about the adventures of Giggle Mesh. This Giggle Mesh H. What's the H stand for? Could it be Hugh? Good evening, Greg. Dr. Jima's place. Don't drink stagnant water unless you love to sit on the toilet. When a lot of people die from dehydration from diarrhea. Diarrhea in a grid down situation can be fatal. We don't think nothing about it in our everyday life, but that could be very bad news. Better know what herbs to harvest to heal for you and many different plants. That's right. Now, New Days Always, Katie, she is all over that. That is her business. She is all over. She's good at it. but you better know what you're doing. I have seen people that thought they knew what they was doing. I had a friend that come here, and she had a whole big bag. I said, "What are you doing?" She says, "I'm picking this plantain to make poultices out of." I said, "That is not plantain. You got burdock." Oh, it's curly dock in that case. I said, "That is, you do not have plantain." I've done videos on the plantain. I've told you how to identify it in the video. So bear in mind, we may have to go check out my Green Grid site here in a minute. Yeah, I'm on here longer than I mean to be. We got to get out here in a little bit. We got 200 in the room. Hey guys, we only got 112 thumbs up. We got 200 in the room. Help me out with the Al Gore. It has no rhythms. We actually have a user now because Al Gore has no rhythm. Let's get some thumbs up, guys, because that really helps me. My videos have been getting kind of pushed down by the system. So the more thumbs up we got, the better it helps us to get out there and be promoted. It's just part of the algorithm system they got. So Randy Ackman says, I grew up on cistern water. That's good. That's good. Better to know to make one and how to collect water. That's right. So it's really good to collect water. Systems are great. Hey, I grew up on well water. We had wells when I grew up. Gary Wilson says, hi, Greg. Just got a chance to catch up with you, and thanks for the views and insight. All right. Well, I'm just trying to give y'all a bunch of good tips and say right now is the time. Right now, just like I did in February, I said prep now. I waited till I knew it was about to hit the fan, and I just did a video, and I said prep now. We're about there again. I don't know how this is going to play out compared to the last one. I know there's a lot of pressure in the system. There's going to be a lot more resistance this time to some of the things that happened in the past. So it's going to be like a tug of war. Time will see how that plays out. But even without that specter of whatever's on us, there's already supply chain strains. And there's an increased demand due to the floods in China. We had a big flood in Germany, and the drought in the West. Couple that with a lot of the Chinese food demand was handled by Brazil and Argentina in the past, but their crops have been wrecked this year. So it's going to be interesting, guys. I don't know what's coming exactly, but it's going to be in a Commonwealth like hell coming, USA way. Yeah, Amanda B. How you doing, Amanda B? Afraid you might be on something there. And how's Australia right now? How are you guys down under? Y'all, I hear that things are pretty locked up tight down there. Is that right? And Brandy, down from South Alabama. So hi to RJ. Hope you're well, Greg. Yeah, I'm doing reasonably well. Still hobbling around a little bit, but getting better. I think China will invade Taiwan this fall, says Diana. Well, it could be. There are those that are really thinking it's going to happen this year. There's people out there saying that. There's other people thinking it's going to be a little bit while out. China's had a lot of stuff they're dealing with at home right now due to the floods, typhoon. Of course, that might be one way to take the pressure off the domestic situation. They may think starting a war would take care of that, take that domestic pressure off. So that might be a reason to start one. But then again, they might rather head somewhere with growing food if they want to start a war. Watch out, Africa. Watch out, India. Just have to see how this stuff plays out. So 8 million out of work. No pay, no work, not allowed. Put aside with 5 kilometer radius. Wow, man, you're having a tough time down under, it sounds like. Colorado, talking about a few days old ways. Diana, this heat wave is no joke. Can't do nothing when you're having constant heat exhaustion. Well, don't worry if you got heat exhaustion. Heat exhaustion can lead to heat stroke, can finish you in a heartbeat. Heat exhaustion is, I've had heat exhaustion. I was like a limp noodle. When I got back from Alaska, the first summer back in Alabama, it killed me. I had acclimated to Alaska, and I couldn't handle the first summer back. It was just murder. I'd been told it'd be rough, but I had no clue. Now, part of it is probably I'm Nordic, ancestrally. So I took Alaska like a fish to water because that's the climate my type is made for. And when I come back to the state I was born in, driving through the town I was born in, and the pickup truck, the windows rolled down, I got heat exhaustion severely. Heat exhaustion can lead to heat stroke. Heat stroke can kill you. This is something you got to pay a lot of attention to. A lot of attention. Drink lots of water. That's the best thing you can do. Dehydration also causes headaches, cramps, heart beat, arrhythmias, tachycardia, whatever you call it when the heart races fast. Make sure you get some salt if you're sweating a lot. So the heat wave, yeah. Hi, Greg, I love you. You're real, just like me. Country is country, and there you go, Marcia. And I grew up on a farm, guys. So you can take a boy out of the country, but you can't take the country out of the boy. I remember that old saying? Anybody heard that? Chinook, Australia got complicated situation. No kidding. Better start rowing, says the top knot. Dr. June's place. See your income and think life is good. Then you see the bills. Yeah, you see me drive my big Mercedes and all that, right? All I drive is old junkers. If I can't go pay for it in cash, I don't buy it, guys. Well, Greg, that's terrible. You know what the bills are. Then even watch the water offshore. Already people fined for traveling offshore. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, Amanda. Yeah, I've been seeing some of the stuff. Yeah. I don't know about. Hey, I've been watching Sky News. Y'all watch Sky News? That's an Australian conservative news network. They're on YouTube, guys. They're kind of interesting. Randy, I cut a door in my cistern 15 years ago and made a room out of it. Uh-oh. Take your cistern and made a room out of it. You may want it back as a cistern there. Top mutt. Get a submarine. Hey, Top mutt, how deep is that pond on your place, by the way? Can you put a submarine in there? You got the world. If you, what are you saying there? Okay. You have the world, if it hits the fan, no more bills, living off grid. Yeah, well, if the power goes out, it'd be hard to bill me. That might work. But I'm really thinking about switching gears and just paying bills down instead of all this other stuff I've been. I could have paid off my debt if I hadn't been doing all this stuff back here, guys. But then again, we wouldn't have a good topic for a YouTube channel, would we? All right. Oops, I skipped way down. What happened? Oh, we got a super chat. What is this? Ace Maduro, $10. You keep saying how crazy you are and growl. I was going to say, use this for therapy. No, that's why we watch you. Use it for the farm instead. Oh, well, thank you. Yes, absolutely. It all goes into the farm, guys. All the stuff I get here goes into the farm. So, hey, but I like to have a little fun, guys. Everybody gets so scared all the time. But I come in here and I cut up with you guys, and sometimes I act silly and do a little music or entertainment. I gotta have some fun, guys. Yeah, new days always. I dug up 8 pounds of dandelion root today. She sent me pictures of that too, guys. Big bucket of dandelion roots. I see, that's awesome. Ethan Electric, big brain. Uh-oh. Wise out. Saturday night special chat. Yeah, this is a special chat. That's why I let out talking to the topic instead of just a general open whatever. New days always. That's how us country folks live. That's right. All have our lives. Let's see. Boy, I don't know if I can catch up on the chat today, guys. There's a lot of stuff in here. I'm a lady worm farmer, says White Wolf. Well, that's good. Man, the no money, no bills, get played, all need help. So governments step in, say they help, then they own you. Amanda is right. There's strings with all that. That's exactly what they want. And that's big reset is nothing but they really own you, right? Standing for hi, Greg, and chat. Hope you are getting prepped up. Yeah, amen to that. Amen to that. So, all right, Colorado Jam likes the apple butter jam, bury your gold in it, and what? Tribe, you say. Yeah, we got, I did some videos, Black Slacks on survival tribes. So we're starting a network of survival tribes. And we have 2 of our tribe leads in here, New Days Old Ways, and also a Wise Owl, myself. So we got some tribe groups we're starting to form up. At least we got the leads getting formed and identified. And I got to start forwarding names of candidates for these different leads. And we're going to have some good screening, guys, because a whole lot of people that want in tribes, you got to watch if you're somebody that's just looking for a place live to hang their hat. And you got to watch it because everybody's got to work together to make these things work. And so you got to screen people. There's a lot of people out there that are looking to take advantage of other people. So we got to watch that, guys. So if you want to join a tribe, be real and bring something to the table, because everybody's got to pull together in these tough times. Everybody's got to pull their own. You know, the old saying used to be, if you don't work, you don't eat. That's the kind of rules we need. All right. Eddie, I can do carpentry work. There you go. You know what, though? You got any augers? Or how to do things by hand, use hand tools. Carpentry work is a really good skill. Wow, that's all good. Tom Bentley. Greg, did you ever work with David Adair at NASA? David Adair. You know, I don't know. Sounds fishy familiar, but I can't put a face on it. Can't put a face on it. Guys, I've worked with so many people. And there's so many people there that, you know, even in my own company that I don't even know. Guys, we got a lot of people out there. Lots and lots of people. I really appreciate all these super chats tonight, guys. Y'all were really being helpful tonight. I watch Mountain Man. I can skin anything if I have to. There you go. Hey, I like that show. I did when I was watching TV, that is. I don't have to watch TV so long. They still got the old guy up in Montana. Is he still on that show? They had that guy in Alaska who'd fly his bush plane up into the Brooks Range and trap. And he had a guy up in Maine too. You know, Maine is a lot like Alaska. But that Brooks Range guy, you know, he reminded me of a guy I went to high school with. Really did talk just like him. I've done bow drill. Good for you. Good for you. Dug up my potatoes this week, says Wise. All right. Make power. Yeah, that's it. Blacksmithing. I'm interested in that. There you go, Eddie. I got a forge and I got animals and stuff. I need to fire that stuff up again. That's gonna be something on my there. I got blowers. I got equipment for the blacksmith forges. So I'm gonna skip down there. I gotta make some pay because I gotta get out of here now. It's 11:11 here. Magic time. Hi Jojo, how you doing? Cheryl Morrell says, I'm alone in my family. No one preps and my husband passed away. I'm sorry, Cheryl. Cherry, I mean. Sherry Morrell. Well, take care, and you know, you still prep. You still grow some food. You got any kids? Anybody to help you at all? If you got some kids, you know, maybe you need to reach out and find you some friends. Don't just run out to marry you off the bat, you know, to fill that gap, because you can go from frying pan to the fire in a hurry. It takes a lot of time to get to know someone like that. So be careful. Anybody looking to get hitched up, be careful. Spend some time. It's also the same way of building a tribe. You know, when you get involved with other people, you got to really, you know, take it one step at a time. Get to know them. Look what they're doing in Australia. Oh yeah, yep, flying around, handing out fines. That's crazy. That's what happens when they take away your right to carry bang bangs. Shoot weather, dry lightning. Oh, that's the worst kind. Dry lightning. That's what you're getting out there. Yeah, that's start fires. You need rain. So Hawk Davison, I saw you on Oppenheimer's. Okay. Hypnotis too. Yep. Well, a lot of us got that. My ears ringing all the time. I ignore it. Stores very packed yesterday. Oh, see, people starting getting the idea. Yep. If you want to cut any grass, you need a real mower. Hey, you can do it with scythe, man. I'll show that a little bit. Pete Yeager says, Greg has worms. I reckon so. I reckon so. Lipoflavonoid for tendonitis. Okay. How do you use it? I keep a portable CB radio around, says Dr. Jima. Yeah, I got some more portable radios. All right, let's see. I'm getting close. Well, I'm about 3/4 of the way down on the notes here. Mad Hatters. Hey, y'all. Oh, wait a minute. Let's skip what's there. Yeah, sometimes when I'm sitting there scrolling, it'll jump way down. So do you light? Hope you're well, Greg. And one, well, thank you. And Mr. And I got Love Bird in here. JM, I haven't heard a word in USA about door knockers lately. Do you want to go around and knock on people's doors in this country? You know, only 48% of the country have subscribed to a certain application that gets put in them internally. Love plantain. There you go, goat mode. Standing foot. I say remove the waiver and I may reconcile the reconsider. Yeah, I'm not too fond of that idea. Well, water and cistern have both of them our property. Well, goat mode, you're ahead there. Should we refuse it, says Leroy. Well, you have to be your own judge, but I'll tell you what, I haven't been there. I have no plans to go there. I can't talk about that directly on there, guys. You know that. They'll get me in so much trouble, guys. I can't answer a question like that directly. This is not a free speech platform. So you got to be your own judge. So, yeah, I get all kind of trouble. The water, I got a small cellular water filter. Yeah, just remember though, it takes out the bacteria, but it does not take out viruses, guys. Just keep that in mind. Y'all, see, got me back in May. I was brainwashed by my buddies. They were brainwashed by our parents. Yeah, there you go. Oh, you got it. Okay. JM, I haven't any preps. I went to into denial after the last time I did. I feel like a loser in here. Uh-oh. Look, it's never too late to start prepping. Like I mentioned, we got really good deals if you go to prepwithgreg.com right now. And tell you what, they haven't raised the prices yet either, so you better get on while you can. Diana Emmerich burdock root is good. You know, in my farmer's market deal this morning, I went by, what's her name, Cat, Mama Cats. Yeah, she's got some dried out. Hank Davison, put the phone number here. Uh-oh. Who you want to call you, Hank? Greg, you got to understand. What do I need to understand, Jonathan? So if you want me to understand something, tell me what it is you want me to understand. Greg, you got to understand. Okay, well, what? Sweet taters. Hey, sweet potatoes are great. They're ready to plant. Sweet potatoes, guys, got the carbs that you'll need. They taste good. They're very nutritious. They're pretty easy to grow if you can keep the deer out of them. Deer love to eat them up. Wise owl, we all have free will, so whether you choose or not, it's each person's choice. But most of us in this room, you're right. I'm not saying the words, guys. If I'm not careful, I may have already said too much. I got to be careful what I say. The leaves of sweet taters are edible. That's right. The deers know that. They'll eat them up in a hurry. They love them. Yeah, I've had them wipe me out. And I used to plant all mine in the back. I grew some ginormous sweet potatoes back there. But the deer ate them up last time. And I tried growing some in the side yard, and I just got too overcome with stuff and didn't get them out. Rubber rose, I've had heat stroke twice. Bad news. Oh, yeah. You're lucky. The problem is once you get heat stroke, you're always susceptible. Makes you more susceptible. And stand the foot, you've got a point. I'm not going to say that out loud, but you've got a point. I had heat exhaustion. Told my doctor that's what happened to me. I was DX with MS. Oh, yeah. Well, maybe get out of that. Stand the foot. 6 o'clock somewhere. Springfield, Missouri. Check in. All right. This place from Florence, Alabama. Oh, Jay, what happened to you? Hey, Hawk Davison, Rebel Rose. The big fellow says, Shy News. It just got taken down. Oh, are you serious? Sky News just got taken down? Oh my gosh, they're telling too much truth. Telling too much truth. That was one of the best channels on YouTube. Yates. Wow. Who would be crazy enough to go knock on people's doors? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Yep. I wouldn't want that. What do picked potatoes? What do pickled potatoes taste like? I don't know. I like they got vinegar in them. I don't think I pickle a sweet potato. Maybe those little red potatoes. They might be good for pickling. YouTube will not let me super chat. I wonder why, Chris. That's weird. Maybe they decided. Has anybody else tried the super chat and got denied here in the last little bit? Maybe our topic went too far over. Who knows? They might be shutting me down. Trap time. Yeah, you got to watch what we're saying here. And we're even in the chat room, guys. Well, we got to stop talking about some of this stuff. I hate to say it. I might start another channel somewhere else. So we can talk. Oh, now when I'm on Lee Wilbarger's KLW World News, he's got to push the talk application. I can talk about anything under the sun on there. It's all encrypted too. They can't shut us down. Sky News used to be a Fox affiliate. Well, I'm glad it's used to be. Don't pickle potatoes. Onions are good. All right, sweeps. Man, Biden is the goat to lead us all to draconian laws. Yeah, you got something going there. All the sun says all is on. All the sun. All the sun. All is on. Now it's Allison. If you break that Allison down, ALLISON. All is on. That's how you spell my last name. All is on. Greg, float out. Oh. USA doesn't just get to do as you wish. Yep, RIP Dusty Hill, the bass player for ZZ Top. You're right, Dr. Jimmy. Yep. All right, Barbie Thor. Is in the house? Barbie Thor. G-Tron, Brooklyn, New York. Where's Brooklyn at? Well, yeah, there's a lot of Brooklyn. So there's Brooklyn, New York. Well, President Clinton put his presidential library in Brooklyn, New York. Hey, Chris Morgan, thank you. Thank you. So I was afraid I had gotten banned or something. Lee has been on Rex's channel. Oh, yeah, many times. Lee's been on my channel. I've been on Lee's channel. I've been on Rex's channel. So we kind of get around. Is Lee in the house? Is Lee in the house tonight? I didn't see him. He might have snuck in on me. Greg Chin's in the house, hey, Greg. Oh, see Lee. Also, an everyday treasure says, how's Maine like Alaska? You referring to the weather? Yes, the weather. And moose. They both got moose, okay? You know, there's some mountains, you know, it's not like Alaska's mountains, but, you know, weather-wise, it's a lot like. Yeah, and there's trappers that trap the same ways. I saw them on Rex Show a few days ago, yeah. All right, guys, I'm getting late. I got some other things to do. I want to make this a short session tonight, and we've already gone a little bit here. Still got 177 in the house. That's great. We got some awesome super chats tonight. I thank everybody for that. Coastal areas of Alaska are beautiful. The interior is just brutal. I live in the interior, north of the Alaska Range, and I thought that was beautiful too. Although, you know, one of the most, if you ever in Alaska, drive up what was that? I believe that's the Richardson Highway. What's the one that goes up the Copper River? It's been a while since I've been on that road, but driving by the Copper River, that river's green because it's actually got copper ore in it. But it's beautiful. Oh my God, it's so beautiful up in there, all around in there. And I live north of the range. And I was southeast of Fairbanks, about 100 miles. The nearest red light was in Fairbanks. I was 100 miles from the nearest red light. But we were colder than Fairbanks because we were right at the foot of the Alaska Range. I go out and I see Mount Hayes and Mount Deborah all the time. All I had to do is look out my window or step outdoors. There's Mount Hayes. There's Mount Deborah. You know, we've had, what's her name, talking about Mount Hayes, the one who used to do cattle mutilation studies. She's been on a lot of it. She's on Gaia. on a lot of UFO network things. What is her name? Uh, she's always talking. Colonels said there was some colonel she talked to said there was a base inside of Mount Hayes. I'm gonna tell you something. Fort Greely, that whole we had like 2,000 people within 100 miles. If you drew a circle of 100 miles, you might have 2,000 people. Everybody knew everybody, and because wives talked, you knew more than you wanted to know about everybody. I mean, you really knew about everybody up there. It was like, oh, too much. TMI, big time. Capital letters, TMI. You knew way more than you wanted to know. And if you go around and look at the satellite photographs, if you had roads going in and out and stuff, there would be signs, tracks, tail ends. No, that ain't none of that there. There's none of that in Mount Hayes. I got to call her out on that one. She done some interesting work in cattle mutilation. What is her name? But Mount Hayes, no. Nope, not. There's nothing inside Mount Hayes. Although reports of things that fly around, strange lights in the sky, are very dominant in that area. And it's not hard to see things that just don't make sense flying around. I'm gonna tell you that in that area. All right, timmermans. Okay, here in Alberta, Canada, the people are protesting because Alberta unlocked, protesting freedom. Oh my God! Wow, love is the answer. You got it, Sherry. That is it. Love is the answer. Everybody say a good prayer for Sherry tonight. She's all alone. Say a good prayer for Sherry tonight. Good night. And God bless. It says, I see you, ERRNK. Glad to see you here. Sweeps Greg, check out the Prepared Mind. Oh, yeah. I watch him. He has a website that can give you some extra traffic on your channel. Really? He has a website that can give you some extra traffic to your channel. Or Syndicate. Talk to Oman Oliver. We'll have to talk about that later. There's one guy that really follows him that I need to stay 100 miles from. Not him, there's a guy that follows him, but I ain't got no use for it. At the Bigfoot, it's going to be apocalypse of truth. We just have to decide. All right, Brandy. Why is that all right? Talking all right. One of my Canada is going to be shut down. Not completely opened up. Almost. I can promote your videos on our Syndicate if you want. Well, we need to talk. You and I got a bunch of stuff we need to talk about in Arizona too. I got to make some big decisions here. Everyday treasures. What is your favorite state in the USA that you visit? Alaska. Alaska is the most beautiful state I've ever seen. But it's like a beautiful woman. Beautiful, but deadly. Oh, Alaska is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's called the Great Land. Alaska is the Great Land. But it's a place where you don't know what you're doing, they'll get you. And hey, I took that place like a fish to water. If I wouldn't live in Alaska 2 years again, I'd probably never come back here again. Except maybe in the wintertime. I come south in the winter. Well, probably wouldn't go to Florida either. I might come to Alabama in winter. But hey, I like Alabama. I like Arizona. My place in Arizona is not too far from the Grand Canyon, so I might get to spend some time with the canyon guys. Make for some nice weekends. I'm actually thinking a long term I'll probably retire out there. It is the Prepare Mind alternate website. I'll give you a link. Okay. You got my email. Oh, that's true, Greg. I feel the same about Alaska. All right, Jason. Jason, you live up there? Have you been there? And I got a couple other people in here. Bob Dobbs, who lives in the Kenai Peninsula. You've never seen Maine. Well, you're right. You are right. She lives in Maine, by the way. You're right. I haven't seen Maine. They asked me what's the prettiest state I've seen. I've been in every state except for Minnesota, West Virginia, and the states northeast of New York, the New England states. I've not been in a single New England state. In Canada, I've been in the Northwest Territories. No, I've been in Yukon, not been Northwest. I've been in Yukon, British Columbia, Alberta, and in Ontario. I've gone several times to Ontario and stayed 2 weeks at a time. I was doing robotics work in the station. Rena Martin, I love Alabama. Sweet home Alabama. Lord, I'm coming home to you. Hey, Hawk Davison, $5 Canadian. So, where did you go, military? I never really come back, family, friends. Yeah, that's true. That's true. You never really go back home because you change. Home, things will change at home while you're away, but you change too. And so they always say you can never truly go home. And I found that true. When I got in the military, it's like, man, it's different. Everybody knows different. My mom, my dad, they're different. What happened? Everything's different. You know, what was different probably is more me than anything else. You know, that's what happens. You change. But, you know, everything does change when you're away too. And you just missed it. So it took a little adjusting too. But, yeah, I went for my basic and AIT at Fort Jackson, South Carolina, which is close to the state capital there in Columbia. The first state capital I ever visited was there in Columbia. Then I went to Fort Bragg, North Carolina. And I was there over a year. That's where I had the arms room. And then I went to Fort Greely, Alaska. I spent 2 years and 3 weeks at Fort Greely, Alaska. The station I actually took off for about a month. I went back and got some family. But at that time. So I spent some time at Fort Greely, good bit of time. Loved it. Beautiful place. 40 years ago, right now, 40 years ago, I was at Fort Greely, Alaska. That's where I was 40 years ago today. And it would have been July. And, you know, I've seen ice still on the riverbanks, and there's snow still on some of the riverbanks that haven't melted yet, even in July. I've seen people ice fishing in the month of May, standing on a lake in the month of May, ice fishing. Today's always Mount. I can't even pronounce it. Catadan is calling me. Can't wait to sit on top of it. They've got some nice mountains up there, man. No doubt about it. No doubt about it. Yeah, I do need to get up there and check it out. Wow. Double Rose, not the winter, but serving great. My youngest daughter has just been in New York City, lives in a friend up there who's in Broadway. She's the opera singer daughter of mine. She's planning to go to Alaska in October. I might just have to go with her. She's planning to go to land. The airfare apparently is really cheap right now. We sold our home in November. Okay. David Kramer. Hi, guys, from Pleasant Hill, Illinois. Jason Smith. Fort Greely is brutal winter. -70, and the wind off that river will cut you in half. Boy, don't you know it. See, there you go. I'm glad somebody knows something about it. You must have been there. Let me tell you about Fort Greely. Fort Greely had a meteorological team there since 1947. There had not been since in a single month that did not have hurricane force straight winds with gusts of 100 miles an hour. I mean, every month the wind will scream. It don't howl, it screams. I mean, that wind screams. And you don't halfway build houses up there and stuff. I mean, they'll be blown down. I mean, people build stuff sturdy. I mean, it might be made out of blackboard, but it's sturdy built. The 2x4s and stuff there, you get serious with the timbers you put in things. And the winds are something. I have seen people knocked over and rolling down the sidewalk. My wife, I had a time, was a skinny woman. I told her before she came up, I said, "Woman, you better put some rocks in your pocket before you come up here." And there were several times I had to reach out and grab her where she was about to get blown over by the wind. I saw one time I was walking to work. Hey, Greg Chin, thank you, sir. One time I was walking, $5 from Red Chin. One time I was walking to work. You know how they take snow plow or clear out a parking lot, and you get piles of snow on the side. And I hopped over one of those piles of snow. It was frozen like an ice. And the other side had been glazed a bit. You know, it had been frozen, melted and frozen. It was just ice. And when my foot hit there, I started falling backwards. And, just because I was falling, just catching myself, I threw my arms up. The wind caught me, picked me up, and I just kept on walking. I said, man, people in Alabama ain't gonna believe this. That's what I said. It was crazy, the stuff that would happen up there. I was driving on an ice road in Alaska and had my steering column shatter. I mean, weird stuff would happen to materials up. Can you imagine driving and you ain't got no steering and you're on ice? That's interesting. And you don't just go up the intersection and hit your brakes. If you do that, you're guaranteed to go all the way through that intersection, no matter what traffic's coming. You know, I learned real good how to drive on snow and ice. And when it comes to intersections, you sneak up on them. Real gently sneak up on it. And then you ease off to get started again, or you ain't going nowhere. So, you know, that's just the way it is. And if you're on a hill, keep going. Do not lose momentum. I haven't had times down here. I've seen people start on the hill and then stop. It's like, oh my God, when it's covered with ice. Of course, what's going to happen? They're rolling backwards and hitting every car behind them. It's like, you idiot, you idiot. And pull off to the side, you know, and have wheels off in the snow and off the side, guys. They're just things to do. But Alaska, hey, one day I went crank my truck up and I hear wang, 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 wang. And oh my God, anyway, the starter wrenched the ring gear off the flywheel behind the torque converter, and it was rattling around inside the bell house in the automatic transmission. Blew my mind because welds were supposedly stronger than metal welding, but that just broke right off as soon as I hit the starter. And the tires, where you sit on the ground, are frozen flat. So when you first start driving, it goes clunk, 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 clunk. It's like a horse. So we call it the square tire phenomenon. And then once you drive a little while, the air inside, you know, the friction, everything will warm the tire up a little bit, and it will inflate more and expand out. So yeah, you got the square tire. And you know, we had to repack all of our bearings twice a year because you had to put Arctic grade lube. You had to take all the bearings out of your car, all of them, and repack them 2 times. You had to put Arctic grade lube in them in the winter and regular lube in the spring, or you know, or your vehicle wouldn't move. Regular lube would just freeze like a block. And even with the Arctic grade lube, you know, those bearings will just tear all to pieces. When you repack those bearings, you replace a bunch. You know, I'd put my truck in reverse and it wouldn't move, and I'd have to race it, and it would slowly start creeping. You know, and you're just racing the engine. In the back of my mind, I can just see all those pin bearings just ripping and turning into grains, you know, of rubble, pebbles. So it's interesting. Alaska is not for the faint of heart by any, especially interior. Like he said, it's brutal. He said 70 below. I have seen 79 below zero ambient temperature where I live. And at the range closest ambient temperature was 80 below zero, my first winter up there. 80 below zero, hurricane force winds. That I think it might have got to 80 3 days my first summer up there. You know, and I think I heard thunder once. Ah, Greg, now that's funny. There you go, Arnold. How you doing, Arnold? Yeah, Arnold's up in Canada, up in Canada. Alberta, right? Is it Alberta you in, Arnold? Let's see here. And Jojo got all those parts. Yeah, but you regular oil freeze. There's something else that'll freeze solid is pure antifreeze. If you put pure antifreeze in something, you can put a stick in it and then freeze it, and you can pick that antifreeze up with that stick. It will freeze solid. It'll be like a popsicle. The optimal mix is about 60% antifreeze and 40% water. Believe it or not, that don't freeze solid like the pure antifreeze. Air Force is practicing landing on U.S. highways. Well, that's why our interstate system was built, so they could do that. But you know what, guys? That means that they're thinking that the airfields will get taken out and be cratered. If they're thinking that, then they're really thinking a serious war. And if they're practicing land on highways in America, they're thinking something's going to happen. Had to put graphite in the bolt on my rifle. Yeah. Okay, Chris. You know what you're talking about there. Jason, she was very strong and have survived the hard times. Respected Amber Skaroka. I said it right. Laura Warner. Hello, Greg. How you doing? Oh, there's Amber. Oh, are you in Russia? Nostrovia. Vodka. Nostrovia. All right. Try driving a stick shift with no brakes. Just a handbrake. There you go, JoJo. That's Arnold. Let's see. Colorado Jan, talking drops today. Minus 43 has been the coldest I've ever experienced in Maine so far. Well, that's cold. Minus 43 is cold. I'm actually minus 10 in Alabama. That's the first one I got back from Alaska. And nobody was driving but me because I had a battery blanket for my battery, and I still had my engine percolator in my truck. Man, I just plugged it in. My truck was ready to go. And I was used to that kind of weather. It felt great to me. I loved first winter back. First summer nearly killed me, though. Really nearly killed me. Western Alberta, right in the Burl Forest. Ooh, nice, Arnold. So, Arnold, you doing any hunting up there? Everybody has heated oil warmer dipsticks in West Virginia. There you go. Yep. I said West Virginia. I'm in Wyoming. Pardon me, Wyoming. Was Alaska last year? What? In Fairbanks was minus 60. Oh, did it get down to minus 60? You know, for a few years it wasn't getting that cold up there in Alaska. I had some friends at Fort Greely and didn't get cold the winters they were up there. No, nothing like what I knew. Nothing like what I knew. He was a little boy there years at work camp. No, I'm in Texas. Okay. Oh, so Amerson, Texas. Okay. Grandparents are Russian and Polish. Met in a refugee camp. Wow. That's quite a story. Elites enslave us, as Trump's uncle coined the term NWO. Oh, you talking about Uncle John? Drops Family Guard PS. Never enlist in the Navy during the winter. They send you to the Great Lakes. Oh, boy. Is our over 21-year-old here tonight? Yeah, he's been in here tonight. He's been here tonight. Andrew was in here. His comment. Andrew, you still here? Arnold's looking for you. Andrew Casali's his name. Andrew Casali. He seemed pretty happy now. So I got 166 in the room. All right. If you haven't given me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs up. If this is your first time watching and you never watched my channel before, if you're not subscribed, subscribe to my channel and bang the update notification bell and click all. And guys, share my videos. Well, we need some help getting the viewership up. Share my videos, guys. You usually have 30 days in January, February, minus 16 to 19. Yeah, I imagine you would there. Imagine you would, Katie. Let's see. Americans are so soft, most of us will fold up like cheap lawn chair. Yeah, you got a point there, Wise Al. Guys, we need to call it a night here. We need to call it a night. I got some things to do. We've had some really good participation. A lot of people in the room tonight. Minus 94. Where were you? Minus 94. It was cold. And you're like down in Antarctica? Yeah, it gets cold like that in Antarctica. Where were you, Dr. Jimmy? 144,000 rainbows of hope and Navajo prophecy here. The funniest thing. Yeah, I was using the word with a V. I probably don't want to touch that one. Just hunting for work. LOL. Hope never had to, but times are changing. Yep. Some of us are brutal as Wise Al says, Jason. Lisa, how you doing? All right. True Seekers here. You got it right, Lisa. I'm trying to put it out there. So in the beginning of this video, I gave a little monologue about things to do, about the tightness we're in, about how supplies are seem to be starting to already disappear from grocery shelves, and why you need to prep stuff now. So not don't let the big buds bite. There we go. Dr. Jimmy says, I've been around fun when it's cold enough to rain diamonds. So what happens if, let's see who knows this. If you're out in Alaska and it's 40 below or colder and you got a cup of hot coffee and you toss it up in the air, what happens? What happens to that cup of hot coffee, guys? Tell me what hits the ground. Worse things than death. Voted. Oh, okay. Yeah, there are things that are worse than death. Amber says, curious if anyone has put together legislation passed again allowed. Oh, wow. Yeah, well, there's a lot of talk about that. Coldest city on earth is Yakutovsk. I can't say that right, probably in this place. I'm assuming that's in Siberia. Most shelves were either half empty or empty in Spokane. Ooh, Walmart. All right, so stuff is thinning out. Worse than other places in here. All right, New Day says it freezes. Katie says ice. All right. Iced coffee. Okay, guys. No. There might be a drop or two hit the ground. If you take that cup of hot coffee and toss it in the air, it vaporizes, just poof. You watch all that water, the liquids, you watch them drops span out, and you watch it all turn to vapor. It does not hit the ground. That's the surprise. You might see 2 drops or something like that hit the ground, and there'll be 2 little ice spots where it hit the ground. That cup of coffee flashes to vapor when you throw it in the air. Ooh, it's the dangest thing you've ever seen. Dangest thing you've ever seen. And if it's 60 below zero and you got to go outside and take a whiz, a lot of that goes to vapor too. I think quite as high as that coffee, but a lot of that goes to vapor too. Iced coffee hit the ground. Nope, it does not. Nope. No ice. Maybe a couple drops. Don't go yet, Greg, says Joe. Yeah, I got to go, guys. Don't eat the brown snow. And you know what? And don't eat yellow snow. Don't breathe yellow ice fog. How about that one? Don't breathe yellow ice fog. Yeah, we get a lot of ice fog up there, guys. I wouldn't have ever guessed that. That's right, Colorado Jen. No, almost nobody. It's flash sublimation. You're right, Indy. Indy Space. You got it. Flash sublimation. It is amazing to see. It's like, wow. It's actually fun to do. Except you're wasting a good cup of hot coffee. Try some hot water. Thanks, Greg. Have a restful sleep. Good night, everyone. Water instantly boils, then freezes and turns into snow. It's just a vapor, ice fog. They turn into fog, and then it will refreeze and become ice fog. Greg, I hate to do this to you, but I'm unsubscribing. Sub. Hang on, I want to see this. Why is this not showing? I sub for worm farming. Oh, now I was reading that. Joanne, JoJo was reading this message there, Diamond, put it on here. I was reading it. If somebody's going to unsub, I want to know why. All right, for Diamond, let me say this. I do have the worm farming. I will still do some more worm farm videos. I got a worm farm video in production, but it's got like dozens of segments. And to find time to edit stuff, it's hard to do. It takes a lot of hours to edit a video. And that's not the next one coming up. I'm going to have some other ones that'll be coming out too. But I'll be honest, the prepping videos are the ones that people are watching. I mean, I got that one video, that one 5 ways, 5 key things for raising worms. That is my most watched video. But it also earns me, in a given month, it don't earn me, even though it might be the most watched video in the month, it just earns me, $3 or $4, and it's not producing income for me in terms of watching. So the all the gardening videos that I started out to be a gardening channel. This is how I was going to start out my channel, to be a gardening, urban farming channel. That's what I said in my video. But what happened was somebody knew I'd done power grid defense conferences, and they asked me to talk about power grid defense. And when I started power grid defense conference, I had a bunch of preppers join my channel. Let me show you something. I'm going to do a share. I'm going to show y'all inside my channel, guys. I got to go here. I was going to show you some other stuff, but I'm going to show you what gets viewed and what people that watch my channel watch. So give me a second. I got to pull this up. I want to show you what people see that watch my channel. Just give me a minute. You got to dial it up, pull it up. My viewers are preppers. I mean, I don't even have hardly anybody viewing my channel that views gardens or anything. And my gardening videos, They don't get hardly any views. You know, I'll do a gardening video, I get a few hundred views. I do a video on prepping, I get over 1,000 views. It's just a big difference. So my actually my farmers market videos don't do all that well, be honest. So give me a second. I want to show y'all content here. I got to pull it up. Just bear with me a little bit. I have thought about splitting this channel. I'm having separate channels to do the prepping and gardening stuff separately. I thought about splitting this channel. I've thought about it many times. I've even talked about it. But hang on, I'm going to show you a couple things. We're going to go share screen. So this is, yeah, I do better on the ads than I do on my purchase supply thing money-wise. But, you know, guys, that's not a lot. Still, for a whole month, that's not a ton of money. So let's go in here and let's see here. What was I going to look at? Now, this shows the top viewed videos. So the worm video is number 2 in views. But if I look at it in revenue, it don't even show up. Top earning videos, it don't even show up. If I click the more, it don't show up. When I actually go look at that video, it's like nothing. It gets lots of views, but it don't earn any ad for some reason. I don't know why. It don't make a lot of sense, but it don't. So if I come back to audience, this is what I really want to show. Who watches and what do other people watch? Other channels your audience watches. Number 1, Canadian Prepper, Southern Prepper, Prepper Nurse, City Prepper, Alaska Prepper, Deep South Homestead. Okay, there's one homestead channel. Pinball Preparedness, Bear Independent. That's a prepper channel. Epic Economist. Well, I don't know what that is. Magic Prepper. Bat Scout Survival. Hey, I like that young guy. Prepper Nation. MD Creekmore. The Economic Ninja. Guns and Gadgets. Hey, look, there's like one channel out of these. You know, well, 1 out of 15 is Homestead. 1 out of 15 are the top channels that my viewers watch. So if we go here and look at my videos, hang on, guys, studio, and come in here and go back to my channel, your channel. I just click on videos here. Now that one didn't need better than 1,000 because I posted it so late, and then I took it off and restarted the next morning and thought it would do better than it did. But prepping channel videos like 1,700, 1,900, 1,200, 2,100. Okra experiment. Here's a garden video, 349 views. Nobody wants to watch my garden videos. Nobody wants to watch them. They don't care about gardening. Okra experiment here, that one got 587. Well, I like my garden videos, but people don't want to watch them. It's the prepper videos that get the views. It's what's going on in the world that people want to watch on this channel. Now that's kind of an intersection between the farming and prepper, but it's more prepper warning. But that's what I find, and that's why you don't see so many of those on this channel. Now this one's done a long time back. Truth and Ag, that got almost 1,000. That's really good, but that's more of a prepper. That's still also a cross with prepper, but just pure. Yeah, I got a couple worm farm videos that's doing well, about 3 of them. A lot of them just don't. Green manure, look there, not even 1,000 views. Greenhouse repaired, 677. I didn't do as many garden videos this spring because, guys, I got injured. I can't go out and work it. I had a car wreck, so I ain't not been sending so many videos this year on that stuff. I had a car wreck, guys, and I'm struggling right now. I can't hardly find hired help to keep things going. My garden's grown up. I've done a little bit out there, but guys, I can't find hired help, and I can't really do what I used to do. My day job is eating me alive. That's why so many of my videos are being posted late too, and that hurts me on the prepper type videos. They're not performing as well as they used to, but I'm posting them too late. That's part of the problem. But the typically the gardening videos just don't do well anymore. The worm videos, most of the worm videos, recent ones I do, don't do all that well. The earlier ones I did well, but you know, it's just not working. So I will be doing more worm farm videos, but I'm really thinking about just splitting the channel. And I don't know what I'm going to split, because green Greg's was originally meant to be green, was meant to be gardening. That's more of a prepper channel. So I don't know if I should just split off the gardening. I mean, I got to really think about that. But, you know, keeping up 2 channels is a lot of work too. But the topics I cover is a little too diverse for one channel. So, you know, my friend had a point there. I'm losing people. But when I put up when I did a bunch of microgreen videos, I had complaints from the prepper guys. That worm video, when it first went up, the one that got so many views, the prepper guys didn't like it either. So the prepper guys don't want to see me doing gardening videos. They gripe about it, and they unsubscribe when I do those videos. And the guys who join for the worm farming and gardening get aggravated when I do the prepper videos. I mean, I got 2 separate crowds here. They don't like each other almost. And I don't know why. Because if you're gardening, you're already prepping in a sense. If you're prepping, you ought to know gardening. I mean, these ought to go hand in hand anyway. And the fact that people are of one side don't like the other side don't even make sense to me. It's all one and the same to me. But, you know, sorry, guy. Sorry that you don't like these other topics. But right now, I'm just trying to tell people what they need to be prepared for, what they need to be ready for. Because, guys, I mean, we live in a world where things aren't stable. And right now, I'm just talking about what I saw in the grocery store. You know, the shelves are getting bare. And, you know, we've got lockdowns, a lot of challenges. And that's why you ought to be gardening. That's why you ought to be worm farming. And worm farming is to be able to grow a garden where you don't have to go to the store and buy supplies for it, because you're making the best compost you can possibly have when you get the worms. And worm tea is an all-natural pest repellent too. I mean, it's and fertilizer. These are wondrous products, and I cover all this stuff. But, you know, I'm hobbled up right now, so it's kind of harder for me to do some of that stuff. Thanks to Randy Cummins, I got a welcome thing. I'm gonna put it close by here somewhere, but I meant to be gone already. I meant to finish up, and we're still on here. But just letting you know why I do what I do. I've been planning to show y'all, you know, kind of like what the sausage making is, and I thought about doing a video just on that, you know, the sausage making of green Greg's, which is kind of what we just had a little peek in. It's what people are actually watching, and where do I need to go with this channel. So let me go back to the chat room, see what you guys are saying about it. Yeah, I was actually reading this comment yeah, I can understand you deleting it, but I was actually reading it at that point. I was trying to see what he said. Somebody's going to unsubscribe. I appreciate him for having the courage to tell me why he was unsubscribing. If somebody's giving me a thumbs down, I appreciate if they tell me why. They hate anything natural, man-made is the worst. Okay. Yeah, it's unfortunate. Oh, Bob Dobbs is in the house. Okay. Oh, been a lot of messages since I started on that rant. Diamond, you're the only right-wing YouTuber in my subs, and I'm getting pager RU ads. And what is that Prager University? I'm the only right-wing YouTuber in my subs. Well, Diamond, I don't think I'm all that right-wing guy. I just talk about freedom. What's wrong with freedom? I'm more of a libertarian than anything. Stanley Kubrick told us, Dr. Strangelove, how the Nazis discovered cloning and nuclear energy first. They went on, okay. I don't know if Kubrick told us that much or not, but Dr. Strangelove was an interesting movie. Damn, there's super fungus in the hospital they can't get rid of. Yeah, that's true. You have taken yellow snow to a whole new level. Farewell, Greg. May your worm farm do well. Well, look, if you want worms, I'll have worms in the future. I'll put them back on my Green Greg's channel. I meant to show you all that too. We'll be selling worms again. I don't know what the elite's enclave of smoking, but I want some. You want to be elite? You know, they give you a, you got a ticket to the underground bunker. You got one, you're there. I want to announce my continued support. Okay, well, thank you. So, hey, but I always need to, oh, so your problem is that, well, look, you want worms. Hey, I'm going to show y'all something else, guys, while we're in this whole thing here. Let's go to my Green Greg's channel. Oh, gosh, I can't even see the top of the Zoom, blocking my access here. GreenGregs.com. Hey. So if you come in here to GreenGregs.com, I just want to show you all the videos. And these are the kind of videos you're going to like there. There ain't nothing political in here. You can see them over here. Gardening videos, wild edibles, medicinals, and vermiculture. And what I like here, like now vermiculture, I've got just about every worm video I've made in here. The gardening and wild edibles, I'm still catching them up. But this is where I said I was thinking about changing my channel where you wouldn't see so much stuff at one time. If you come in here, these gardening videos, that's all you're going to see here on this list is just gardening videos. There's not a bunch of other stuff in here. Raised bed gardening. See, this was all done last year when I was able to get out and work and garden more. This year I've not been able to do stuff. My farm is suffering, but a lot of it's my day job too. But, yeah, there's tons of videos here on this stuff. I still need to add a bunch. The wild edibles and medicinals. Guys, this is something you really ought to watch. Eating maple helicopters. Did you know you could eat the seeds? The #1 wild edible. It's just something we need to eat it before it eats this up. It's not over the United States, but it's in a lot of places. That's kudzu. Poke salad, not salad. Salad. It's not a salad. It's salad. Wild elderberry, goldenrod, wild lettuce, painkiller, dandelions, wild edibles. Somebody, Katie, New Days Away, just told us she got 8 pounds of dandelion leaves. Eat your trees, please. Somebody asked me, did I have videos about eating trees? Well, there you go. That's 1 of 2 on that topic. Beauty berries, which is good mosquito repellent. Wild persimmons, wondrous white oak. That's not edible. Hey, if you're a TP prepper, that's what you get out in the wild. Oak leaf hydrangea. Lamb's quarters. I've had people say, oh, you should do a video on lamb's quarters. I've had people tell me I should do videos on stuff. There is your plantain video, my friends. There's your narrow leaf. There's your broad leaf. Wild greens and see, wild winter greens and country and city too. So you can find this stuff in the city, guys. Eat Mo, Curly Dog. Here's Mo, or no, it's Curly. There's Curly with a stethoscope on, being a doc. Willow is a painkiller. Wild carrots. I'll tell you about the difference between that and hemlock, so you won't die. Eat your briars. Poison ivy or not. Not what I have in my hand there. It's a Virginia creeper. Somebody said we should do videos on sheep sorrel. There you are. Sweet gum. There's that water video. You need to watch this water video if you don't watch anything else. Sweet gum Tamiflu. I'll show you how to eat pine trees in this video. I should show you how to do it. I take a bite. I mean, you know, I'm for real. I take a bite. Wild elderberries. Those elderberries are getting ripe again. I'm thinking if the blackberries aren't done, hopefully tomorrow I might do a blackberry video. So guys, this is where you come and you can see just about every worm video I've got is in here. If you just want to watch worm videos, come here. This is GreenGregs.com. And when I start selling worms again, you go to buy worms. And here there's a note. Notice due to technical problems and my worms not being as mature as they need to be, I'm going to suspend again sales. So right now, if you click this button, it'll take you up to PayPal, but not into it. You can't buy with it. But the only button on this list that's functional, and one still is the donate button. That still works. I actually want to know how to get in contact with me. It's right there. Alrighty, guys. So that's the stuff there, guys. Let me stop the share. Let me come back and see what folks are saying. 144 in the room. Wise out every day. What party? I'm south side of Franklin, Greenwood. Okay. Lisa Rich Greg, do you have peach trees? No, I bought some, but they didn't make it. Not really. Peaches have a lot of work to keep them up. Too many preppers are not full-rounded channels. Well, I try to cover a lot more stuff than a lot of them do. And, you know, some of them are really just scare tactic on it. Oh, the sky's falling. Like, go to AMTV. I mean, that guy, unless he's talking about Bitcoin. I mean, when he talks about Bitcoin, the world's great and wonderful and rosy, but all the rest of his videos is World War III just got started. World War III is going on right now. It's just got started. He's been in the Senate for years. You know, he's like total panic mode. And it's like, really? And so half his videos like that, and half of them promoting Bitcoin. So he's scared to death. He's talking about how rich he is. He probably is. So gardening, prep, and health, sovereignty, as well as spiritual religion are all intertwined and all religious beliefs across the board into it. And world, says Amber. Okay. Bob Dobbs, hello. Greg Austin, Andrew Scott. Arnold, I'm here. All right. There you are. Gray Man. Oh, yeah, I've talked about Gray Man. I need to do a video on that topic specifically. I have talked about it. Yes, you know, just blend in. Don't stick out when it gets stuff. I came to YouTube for crafting videos, and you know what info? It's hard to talk about that info. So people watch those garden videos when food shortage kicks in. Well, there you go, drops. I wish they got more watching, really. I really do. I mean, it kind of strikes me odd. A lot of preppers don't like me. I've had them get mad at me for posting that stuff. Be honest. Hey, post that list. Blah, 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 blah. You know, so really? Yeah, so look, guys, you know, that big boar thing, bang, bang, you got, you're going to starve to death. And everyone says, oh, yeah, I'll eat. I can hunt. I'll eat forever. No, you won't. You're going to starve to death in a couple of months. You're not growing a garden. Okay, JoJo, we got to talk. We got to talk. Aha, okay. That's Raymond Board. Ray, I think this guy's a troll. No, actually, look, guys, I got two kinds of subscribers. I got guys who really come in just for the garden and the worm stuff. Everybody that is gardening the worm is not. There's people on both sides of the political spectrum into that. I don't think he's a troll. I just think he's just he's on the left side of the political spectrum, and that my views don't always equal where they're coming from. I do talk about freedom and independence, the Constitution, our rights, our liberties, and some people just don't like that kind of talk. I've got Great Pyrenees, donkey, goat, pig, horse, cats. There you go. Amber says, so Greg, file for Wolf website. Okay, yeah, and yeah, that's just one more thing I got to do. I need to do that. Worn down tonight. There you go. Chuck, I came for the freedom and stayed for the beard. Well, now that's funny. I see a lot of people do join because I talk about freedom. I talk about our rights. But, you know, it's just, you know, if I was just doing worms alone, I shouldn't show anything but worms, because once you show some politics, you lose customers, whichever side you're on. Lisa Rich, Greg, I watched your farmer's market video with your worm tea. All right. Well, very good. Thank you. Thank you. All right, guys, I think now it's really time to call it a night. We got 152 still in the room. I really appreciate everybody. We've been on here for a couple of hours. A lot longer than I meant to go. I meant to do like a 20-minute video. I really had something else to do, guys. But, you know, y'all getting me drawn in. I love you. I love my subscribers, y'all engage me. You got good conversation tonight. I pick up worms dying on the hot sidewalk. Yeah, put them back in full shade. So thank you. That's a good thing to do, JoJo. And we got to talk. I think you sent me an email. I love his laugh, says AJ. Well, there you go. Well, guys, you know, Lisa Slavis says, everybody takes magic mushrooms. Ew. God equal freedom for U.S. Stay blessed. All over. Andrew, oh, did you not hear me? World War III is coming with China. It looks probable, and it's not absolute. Ain't coming. Good night, Greg. But look, guys. All right, JoJo, you sent me an email. I think you sent the email though to my, not the address I asked you. I think you sent it to Greg at Park Good Fence. I remember seeing it. I gotta go back. Greg, you can't make everybody happy. You're right about that. I have noticed some problems though. My videos are getting selected less often when YouTube recommends them. I am saying that's a fact. So why am I getting viewed less often than I used to for the same people? Even my subscribers are not choosing to look at my videos as much as they used to. So why is that, guys? What is the common denominator? Why am I losing views in that area? Rocket Man is well-rounded and grounded and educated with 61 years of experience. Thank you, Arnold. Yeah, look, guys, and for those of you on the left, when I was in high school, I was a communist. You don't get any more left than that. I was all the way over to the left side, man. I've had a migration. Yeah, I voted for Ronald Reagan a few years later, okay? That was a migration, wasn't it? A big one. But, you know, I saw things in life. It made me change my mind from where I was. And that's what it boiled down to. That's what I saw in life. Adrian, good night, everyone. Philmon Keywald, how much longer do you think before they let the whole economy collapse? Well, you know, those on the Great Reset, be happy to do it now. The dreaded slowdown. Well, let's hope it don't happen anytime soon, guys. But you know, a lot of it's up to us. I mean, we can keep things moving, pumping. You know, they don't have total control of the system. Because again, you get a vote. You get a vote, and that's your vote right there. Choose well how you spend it. Hey, Lee's in the house. Hello, Lee. How you doing? I was just getting ready to call it a night here. Amber says, so we can get worms from you, the down low, yes or no? Yeah, but it's going to be a few months from now. They'll get rid of you because you speak independence, purity. Yeah, they don't like to hear that at all. They don't like that. Luke, shadow ban, not, oh yeah, I get that. That happens to my channel, guys. That's why I need y'all to help me out. That's why I need y'all to help me share things. Oh, I got 2 thumbs down now. Oh my gosh. I guess maybe our other guy gave us one of them. I don't know who gave it to me. I think the USA is at war with itself and not with the coming. Yeah, well, we got that going on. We got that going. What's your thoughts on the second flood? I mean, China? Maybe karma. Some people think we're doing it, but I think it's more like karma. While they're out trying to push the whole world, they're paying a big toll in the area of karma. Big toll. They're pulling out for Israel. That's nothing. Israel is about to get into it with Iran. And Pakistan and India are real close to it, guys. Pakistan and India is probably the most probable nuclear war on the horizon in your term. That would be catastrophic, and it would really cause a nuclear winter. Not as bad as the United States and Russia going at it, the United States and China, but it would cause a nuclear winter. Get a walkie-talkie, says JoJo. Hey, Lee's got that push to service walkie-talkie network, guys. What I'm telling you is that is the way that we can talk and say anything we want to talk about. I get on there and I can talk about things I don't talk about on here. Hello, doing well. Stillwater, Texas, heading to see the grandkids. That sounds good, Lee. That's a good thing to do. Got to spend some time with grandkids. Hi, Lee. Love you, my brother. There we go. All right, I heard you, bud. Now I ask yourself this question. By me concentrating on this situation, will it change anything? I do believe in the power of intention. I believe in the power of prayer. So it can, especially if a lot of us do it together. Greg, you should try and mirror your channel on another third party. Yeah, I thought about that. It's just deadgum time, guys. Time is my shortest commodity. JM. So war will be over there. Oh, it might be over there. Don't mean we won't see it here too, guys. Really. Terrorist hiking, and it may already be started. You know, there's certain bugs out there, you know. More might be to come. And if you go into a nuclear war, even if it's just, you know, an EMP event, grid down. We're finished, guys. That's all it takes. We're done. We sell walkie-talkies too. That's right, and his are tied into the net. He's got a secure system. So and so his system will go over the air. It won't be just internet reliant. So I love that aspect of it, guys. Got all kind of channels there. Nobody talks about India's military capability. I have a little bit. India's got more military capability than Pakistan, but Pakistan, that's why Pakistan said, hey, if India invades them, they're going to hit a first strike. But then Pakistan is sponsoring terrorist activity going on in India, what seems to be terrorist activity. And at least that's how the Indians interpret it. But, you know, so there's a real conflict between India and Pakistan, and they actually had jets at each other last year. So that could snap in the instant. When you're right next door to each other, they don't have the luxury time we had with the Soviets. Back in the Soviet days, we had several near misses. We almost went to nuclear war with Russia because our code said that they had launched their fleet at us. But you give enough time, you discover it's not real. They're not really coming over the horizon. But when you're right, that's because, you know, we were, you know, 45 minutes away from you know, impact or something like that. It's a good time lag from time they launch to get here, coming over the horizon. So you got a little time to figure out what's really coming or not coming. When you're right next door, you got that. Now with the hypersonics, we're going to have less of that too, these hypersonic weapons. So we're moving more and more dangerous era, guys. More and more dangerous era. Hello, fellow Texans from Shiner, Texas. All right. I see. Will autocopy your existing YouTube videos. Okay. You have to do that. Something. Yeah, China is broke. That's true. They have overextending the credit. That's why if we can hold them off, if we can just hold China off for a while, keep them, make it not worth it for them to do their aggressive objectives, and as their economy will implode, especially if we cut down the trade. That's what I tell you. It goes back to this: how you spend your money, guys. How you trade. We cut back the trade with them, we take the wind out of their sails. So there's things that we can do if we can just hold them off. Especially we get our people back in Taiwan, we can just hold them off. Well, the demographic in their population is a fast aging country. They're going to age real fast. They're going to lose their ability to do these kind of things. They will be gone. And of course, that might make them want to do even more now, but that's going to evaporate. And when that evaporates, they become a paper tiger, paper dragon. They won't be a threat anymore. You hear that, Andrew? You hear that? So there is hope, Andrew. There is hope. And I've talked about that before in these videos. And I've also said this, hey, that's where I differ from a lot of other prepping channels. One, I tell you what can happen. I tell you what you can do about it. I tell you to prep, but I tell you what we can do about things otherwise. I tell you to work with harden the grid. I talk about survival tribes. I talk about our freedom restoration network. And then on top of that, we have, you know, I tell you how to garden, how to hunt, you know, wild edibles. I got that on my channel. Can't believe what the Air Force failed their second launch of the hypersonic missile. I know, right? We're really dragging on hypersonics, and China and Russia are selling. That's really sad. We really got to double down. But see, part of it is all these contractors in America got fat and lazy, and you know, the big contractor companies are getting too much money. They need to get lean and mean, like the old Kelly Johnson Skunk Works days over in Lockheed Martin. Go to KLW News on YouTube. That's right. Hey, Lee, put out the link for people to join your network, the Push to Talk network on here. Just go ahead and put it on there. So if you join this Push to Talk network, join my channel, guys. That's one you can join. And you'll hear me say things on there that you won't hear me say on here. Morale has never been lower. Come on, the military or the country, I believe it. Either way. Well, morale was pretty low in Jimmy Carter's army. I joined Jimmy Carter's army, and that really stunk. Go check out the Ice Age Farmer channel on his website for a list of local growers and ranchers. Okay. Kelly is my hero. There you go. I figured you'd like that, Lee. Kelly Johnson. Amen. Arnold Smith. China is, we had the guy on Northrop Grumman who ran the lunar module program from Northrop Grumman, Beth Page. Last name was Kelly. And he was actually my boss for a while. He was the only Apollo era program manager on the space station program. Well, there had been a manager on both sides. Now we also had Apollo 13 astronaut, one that got sick, Fred Hayes. He was also a manager on it. Fred was a nice guy. I like Fred Hayes. I worked for Fred. Fred Hayes signed 2 of my payroll checks. I cashed both of them. Because I worked on them twice in the different divisions of Grumman. So let's see. Army marches on its stomach, but also its morale. You got that. That's true. Takes some morale to motivate them. Takes some morale to make them move forward. Well, Drops, I imagine you're right. Clinton was not much of a morale booster. Yeah, well, I could talk about that all day long. Peanuts and Nana, what is your view on the massive invasion across our border? I'm thinking about doing a video with Cowboy Roy Rogers over that. You know, we got not Cowboy Roy, excuse me, not Roy Rogers. He's on our Freedom Network. There you go, Lee. That's how you join right there, guys. Lock in your land purchases now. Pay them off. I got 40 acres in Arizona that's paid for. This here, it's not paid for. In Arizona, it's paid for. All right, guys. So, what you got to worry about when you let anybody across your border is you don't know who's coming. You know what they got. You know what they're bringing with them. You know, we could have terrorists coming in this country from anywhere in the world. They could be, if you can smuggle drugs across, what else can you smuggle across? Nukes. You know, Russia back in the old days snuck backpack nukes in the United States, about 80 of them. They've lost some of them, allegedly, maybe all of them. What could be snuck in this country when the border is wide open? Who can be snuck in the country? Gang members? MS 12, 13, what's that big game down there? I'll go to the board with you. Okay there, Lee. All right. So, yeah, we don't know who else come across that border, guys. We go to the border with me, yeah, maybe we need to go down there and defend it ourselves. Which one's saying here, though, guys? The logical song lyrics. Okay, stand a foot. Snook. Zello, PPT, yeah. Hybrid communication application. Yeah. Well, that's what Lee's got set up, guys. You got his own network for 3 little ones to protect. Yeah. Told my daughter I will take care of you and save you. Oh, there you go. That's what it's all about, guys. It's family. Family is what matters. And here's another thing. Don't ever forget to love your family. Oh, brainwashed. Yeah, that happens. Schools do that. My youngest daughter's been brainwashed by the schools, unfortunately. Be sure to tell everybody you know that in your family, your friends, your family, you love them every chance you get. Give them a hug. You know, just from the standpoint of love and appreciation, unconditional love, which is what you should have for your family and your friends. Because we never know how long we got. MS-13, I think that's what I thought. MS-13. You know who's coming in here, what they're bringing, what kind of trouble they're bringing in. You don't know. Hey, we need migrant workers. We need workers. Yeah, but we need to govern what it is that comes in. That's not a racist thing. It's just, is it racist to say we don't want to let drug smugglers come through, or bomb smugglers come through, or somebody come through sick with some God knows what? How's that equate to that? Guys, I'll tell you this. I stand in disclaimer with this, and I mean it. They're good people. in every country, every village, every hamlet, of every race, color, creed, religion, whatever you want to call it. There's good people in every one of these categories. And of course, there's also bad people, good and bad people anywhere, in any place you go. Now, some systems seem to promote those who are of the tyrannical mindset more than others. So, but that's usually in the system. Now, sometimes people get brainwashed a little bit to follow that, but in the core, we're all people. We got to figure out how to make that work. Oh, let me know when you want to go. Lee's ready to go. Lee is ready to go. That's my main theme song. What's your main theme song, Lee? All right, guys, we're going to have to call it now. I've been here a lot longer than I wanted to be. And they claim they can make biofuel with manure. Well, they can make a methane. You can make methane. You can cook with. You can drive on it too. But you know, it's you're gonna get enough. Did you ever see a Mad Max? You know, pig. You know, pig manure is what ran their little village. Then in many countries, many people just want to raise a family and live in peace. Bingo. At the bottom line, that's what everybody wants. They just like to raise their family and live in peace and have prosperity. I'm going to do my habitat video in not too distant future, and that's what we're going to focus on. Is this how this habitat promotes that, promotes peace, and why it cuts reliance on the covet. You know what I mean? And that can make a huge difference in the world, promoting world peace. So I really got to cover that, guys. All right, guys, it's late. I'm tired. I got things to do. I'm getting sleepy. I ain't got it all done, guys. So we're going to call it a night. Thank you, everyone, for joining. Hey, I thank all the wonderful super chats we had tonight. Tonight's been a good night for super chats. I really appreciate everybody stepping in here for that. I really do. I appreciate all the mods in here. I know y'all been busy tonight, so thank you, mods, for what you've done. I appreciate every one of you for coming here and watching tonight. Man, there's been a couple that had a little different opinion, but you know, that's fair enough. So they will do more harm than good. All right, so what I'm going to say is, again, thank you all. Have a great night. God bless, and have a super Sunday.